We're finally getting around to putting together a tape on our painting techniques for Fred Elaine Stenman, Stenman Studios, and it's going to be kind of a real easygoing tape as well as we can do it without having an audience behind us. To start with, a lot of you have taken our class and you've asked for a tape because there's a lot of information that we do in both the painting demonstration and just in painting in general. So here's where we start. We start out with our wood-burned piece, and you can see that here we've got a piece that is just carved. We've started doing some of the wood burning. You can see here's one that's finished and actually has all of the painting and the varnishing even done, and here are a couple that are halfway done. And when I'm talking about stirring the paint up, I'm talking about using the bottom usually of the paint brush or some type of a stirring rod. And I'm going to show you what I mean by sediment on the bottom. Can you see this? And so it's mostly that wonderful brown paint that I like so well, the burnt umber. It does not stay in solution real well when we put a lot of water in there. That here we've got the gold color. And over here where it's not been stained yet, I think you can see it even more strongly where the gold and the red colors really work to make that tree look like it's not just a flat pancake, and that's an important part. If you take a look here, can you see there's one long white line there that comes through, and it's just a wood grain line, and sometimes they're stronger than others, and sometimes they're in good places and sometimes they're in places that you don't like as much, but they are something that you will deal with. And for me, that's not going to really be a problem. I'll just leave that one be. This particular color here, I tend to put on a little bit darker, and generally if you're in a portrait, not a portrait, but a landscape painting class, they're going to tell you that the farther your distance is, that the colors back there should be lighter. And again, you can see for me it's always easier to turn my board so that my brush is going up to the line and I don't overlap so much. I'm just going to come in and make sure that my color is sort of uniform, not too strong. You can still see the burn lines through it. We've got the shading done and it's fairly strong. You know, again, I don't like to have it too light because it almost doesn't show up. So you've got to have some contrast between your rock side that's in the shadow and the rock side that's out. I often leave this fascia board light colored because it looks nicer. It would probably be in shadow, but this looks good, and a lot of things we do are just sort of because we like it that way. I'm going to show you how to paint the tree where it's been carved, and we've got a lot of texture in both the trunk and the canopy. So we want to think about that when we're painting, because if you use the same thickness of paint on the carved tree, it will get darker because it pulls it in so much it's almost like a sponge. Now right here, if I want to try to protect my trunk a little bit and still getting close to there, this is where I'm going to put the paper down, and I'm going to come along and I'm going to get it in a little bit closer so that it doesn't stay away from the edge itself.